You paid the bill, zero balance, zero interest, on time, every month, without exception. Your score dropped anyway. Not because you did something wrong, because the system took its measurement before the transaction was complete. And until you know exactly when that measurement happens, it will keep occurring every single month, no matter how responsible you are. Picture a specific Tuesday in November. You've had a heavy month of car repair, a work trip, a few larger purchases that made sense at the time. Your card balance is sitting around $2,200 on a $5,000 limit. You have the money. You always have the money. You'll pay it when the bill comes in, the way you always do. 3 weeks later, the bill arrives. You pay the full $2,200 immediately. Zero interest, no late fee. You close the app and move on. Then the notification comes. Your score dropped 22 points. You open the app and stare at the number. You look at your payment history, clean. You look at your account status, current. Nothing is wrong. Everything you did was right. And yet the model has registered something that looks, to a lender, like a borrower under pressure. Or this. You've been building your score for 2 years with deliberate consistency. Low balances, full payments, not a single missed due date. You apply for a mortgage pre-qualification, expecting the rate that your discipline has earned. The loan officer reads back a number that doesn't match the profile you thought you had. You ask what's driving it. The officer mentions utilization. You haven't carried a balance in months. What they're seeing on your report isn't a balance you carried, it's a balance that was photographed before you paid it. You were never late, you were just early, and the system had no mechanism to record that. That feeling is not confusion, it is the correct response to a system you were never shown the manual for. The manual exists. Here is what it says. The mechanism is the snapshot trap, and it is not a flaw in the system, it is the system. Your bank does not send a live feed of your account activity to the credit bureaus. It sends one number, once a month, captured on one specific calendar date, your statement closing date. That number is your balance at the exact moment your billing cycle ends. It does not reflect what you paid yesterday. It does not adjust when you clear the balance 3 days later. It locks in and it sits on your credit report as your reported utilization for the entire following month. 30% of your FICO score is calculated from that single frozen number. Not from your payment history on that card. Not from whether you paid in full. From the balance the bank photographed on the day it generated your statement before your payment was ever due, before you ever had a chance to respond to the bill. The timeline makes this precise. Your billing cycle runs for approximately 30 days. During that window, your balance climbs with normal spending. On the cycle's final day, the closing date, the bank generates your statement and captures your current balance. That captured number travels directly to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. It becomes your reported utilization. Then, 25 days later, your payment is actually due. You pay in full, zero interest, on time. The bureaus don't update. They already have their number. Your credit score isn't a record of how responsibly you paid. It's a photograph of what you owed, taken without warning, on a date the bank chose, at the worst possible moment in your billing cycle. The responsible borrower and the over-leveraged borrower can look identical in this model. The difference between them is not behavior, it's timing. The snapshot trap operates through 4 interlocking gears. Each one changes what you do and precisely when you do it. Gear 1. The utilization threshold. 30% of your FICO score is classified as amounts owed, and the dominant input is credit utilization, the ratio of your reported balance to your available credit limit. The scoring model becomes progressively unfavorable as utilization crosses specific thresholds. Under 30% is considered acceptable. Under 10% is where stronger scores are built. Under 6% is where scores near 850 consistently live. But here is the gear most people miss. This threshold applies to every individual card, not just your total utilization across all accounts. A single card with a $600 limit sitting at $580 damages your score in isolation, regardless of how low every other card reads. The algorithm treats each account as a separate signal. One photographed peak on one card registers as a warning inside an otherwise clean profile. Gear 2. The recalibration window. Unlike a missed payment, which can remain on your report for 7 years, utilization has no memory. Whatever balance was photographed this month becomes irrelevant the moment next month's snapshot is taken. If your reported balance drove a 30-point drop this cycle, and you correct that balance before the next closing date, your score recovers before next month's statement is ever generated. The model does not hold the prior photograph against you, it replaces it entirely. That is the precise opportunity inside the trap. The same mechanism that penalizes you operates on the same schedule that corrects you. The closing date is not only when damage is recorded, it is the exact date when damage is erased. Gear 3. The zero balance paradox. Once the snapshot mechanism is visible, the logical conclusion seems obvious. Get every card to zero before the closing date. Report nothing, clean slate. The model disagrees. Reporting a zero balance across every card every month removes the behavioral signal the algorithm needs to score you accurately. The model is calibrated to evaluate how you handle active credit, not the absence of it. A borrower reporting zero balances across all accounts creates statistical ambiguity. There is no pattern to read. The algorithm treats sustained zero utilization as a slightly larger unknown than consistent, precisely low utilization. Borrowers with scores at or near 850 carry an average reported utilization between 1 and 6%, not zero. One small intentional balance left on a single card, while all others report zero, gives the model what it requires: confirmation that credit is being used, and confirmation that it is being used with precision. Gear 4. The autopay blind spot. Autopay was designed to solve one specific problem: a late payment. It is configured to pull your minimum payment or full statement balance after the statement closes and the due date approaches. It was never architected to touch your balance before the snapshot. That window, the days before your closing date, sits entirely outside what autopay was built to manage. Every piece of advice that ends with "set it and forget it" is pointing you toward a tool that handles the consequence. It does not touch the cause. The snapshot happens before autopay was ever designed to intervene. Managing utilization requires a manual action before the bill exists. You have been managing your payment due date. The system has been managing your closing date. Those are two entirely different calendars, and the one you didn't control is the one that sets your score. Your payment history, your financial discipline, your years of on-time payments, none of that appears in the utilization calculation. What appears is a single balance, captured on a single day, by a system that never asked when you planned to pay. You weren't being scored on your behavior, you were being photographed at an unannounced moment and judged on the image. The closing date was always there. The bank simply had no reason to introduce you to it. 2 structural adjustments. Both connect directly to the gears. The closing date audit. Locate the statement closing date for every card you carry. This is not your due date, it is typically buried in your Statements tab, labeled as Cycle End Date or Next Closing Date. Write it down for every account. Set a calendar reminder 3 to 4 days before each one. That buffer accounts for bank transfer processing time. A payment initiated the day before the closing date may post the day after. The window is narrow. The buffer makes it reliable. This directly neutralizes Gear 1 and Gear 4. You are taking control of what gets photographed. Autopay still handles your due date. This handles your snapshot. The 1% protocol. 3 to 4 days before each card's closing date, log in manually. Calculate 1% of that card's credit limit. Pay your balance down to that number, not to zero. Leave the remainder. When the statement closes, the bank captures 1% utilization. That number travels to the bureaus. After the closing date, pay the remaining balance by the due date as normal. This neutralizes Gear 2 and Gear 3 simultaneously. The model receives an active behavioral signal, credit in use, usage precisely controlled. The recalibration window works in your direction instead of against it. No new accounts, no credit products. 2 calendar adjustments and the system's next photograph shows a different number. The snapshot trap doesn't close because you've seen it. Your closing date will arrive next month on the same schedule. The bank will generate its statement. The balance will travel to the bureaus. The model will produce its number. The difference is what that number reflects. You were never a bad borrower. You were an unannounced subject, photographed at a moment you didn't choose, scored on an image you didn't stage. The system wasn't tracking your responsibility. It was recording your balance on one specific day and treating that recording as a behavioral fact. The question worth carrying forward is this: how many other scores, assessments, and financial judgments are built on the same architecture, measuring a single moment instead of a sustained pattern, and presenting that moment as truth? If this investigation reframed something for you, consider subscribing. The mechanisms don't stop running, neither do we.